Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel, and today we are doing a lovely pick a card of what does this person want with you? What do they want from you? What does this person want here in this situation? So I've got 3 piles, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll put the picture up so you can meditate, be drawn into your stack, and I will see you at your reading. So pile number 1, what does this person want? This person is deeply sad, like really sad. They're very regretful and remorseful here about whatever has gone on between the two of you in the past. I'm just hearing the word sorrow. I feel like some of these people might be depressed, but it's that feeling of kind of, being lethargic or not like having a hard time getting out of bed and, that kind of thing, because this person is really just deeply burdened and deeply troubled by whatever has gone on here in this situation. And I feel like what they want more than anything is to be able to get into a time machine, go back in time and make things right with you. I'm hearing there was like an original sin. So it's like this person, there's something here that this person just wishes like did not happen, or that they didn't participate in certain, there's like, I think something bad happened here, like as like it was like an original sin where everything kind of got off the rails. And so this person would want to fix that, because it's like they don't want that to have happened. But I also think there's a bunch of like smaller things that this person wishes that they would have done. And I'm hearing the word pride, because I feel like this person's pride got in the way of their emotionality. And that's another thing that this person wants, because it's like, obviously they can't go back in time, because they can't go back in time. What they want now more than anything is they really want to reach out to you. I get the sense that you guys probably are not talking here, because there's a lot of water under the bridge. And I think maybe both of you have tried to bury this in your own ways. But it's still, I'm hearing like open wound or like unfinished business. It's like, there's still like, I'm hearing like plumbing the depths. Like there's just still, this feels like unhealed or like unfinished business. And this person, again, like they want to make it right. So I'm getting that they do want to reach out, but this person feels like they maybe, like that you wouldn't want to, okay, I don't know. It's like this person feels like they're not just going to run into you somewhere out. So they want to reach out to you, and they really kind of fantasize about you accepting their invitation. I think this person wants to ask you to make time for them in some way, because they want to apologize. This person maybe kind of fantasizes about that. They want to apologize to you for a number of things. And I'm hearing, I lost you twice. So it's like, I'm hearing like fumbled, like this person, it feels like there was an original sin here. And then even this person could have fixed it, and then they didn't, because again, like because of their pride. So like it just blinded them, and it's something about like their pride blocked them from the emotionality of the situation. I get the sense that there was a lot of secrets here, and I think you don't know what to make of those secrets, because it's coming across not like it's 7 of Swords secrets, like, somebody's betraying you or like messing around or scheming around. This feels more like a hidden emotional content here with this person that they were trying to maybe pretend like wasn't there. I'm hearing like soft boy, like this person maybe doesn't want to come off like they're a soft boy. So they were maybe trying to front like they were stronger or like more hard, than they actually were, when in reality, they actually felt very deeply for you, and they didn't really know how to express that. So this person would want to give it a shot at expressing that now. I'm hearing, there's an Ingram Hill song, and it's like, I won't hurt you, that man is gone. Like, I won't hurt you. Oh yeah. Why won't you let me be the one to love you? Why don't you help me find a way to, like, it's like this person wants to be the one to love you. And part of the song says, let me have a chance to make it all right. Follow what you're feeling. It'll be fine. Maybe you could be mine. Like this person feels like there's a lot of emotion between the two of you, and that maybe they did something that confused you and it clouded the situation. And this person just feels really sorry. They just want a chance to heal it. They want to be with you, but I'm also getting this person like holds himself back. Like they might be calling themselves names in their mind and stuff, because they feel like you wouldn't take them back. And so I do feel this person, even though they want to be with you, it's like they almost don't even dare to hope, because they know that they hurt you and they know that there might be trust issues. So it's like they want to hold themselves back and like let you make up your mind. You know, at the very least, this person wants to give you closure. They want to apologize just for a number of things and like take responsibility and just show you that they're really sad. And again, this person felt like their pride got into the way of things. And I think they want to show you that their pride is not a factor now, and that they realize they should have maybe been there for you, or they should have comforted you. They should have made things right here. That just really keeps coming through. There could be something to do with like fall to the end of the year, which that's the kind of, like when I'm filming this, these are timeless readings, but that's the time of year it is when I'm filming this. So this person really might be thinking about reaching out to you. You might actually, some of you could receive a message here from this person between now and the end of the year, or that could be just a significant time frame for whatever reason. Maybe somebody has a birthday, maybe a significant event happened during that time of year, but this person just wants you to know that they miss you like greatly, and they think you're so sweet. And maybe that was obscured. Like maybe this person tried to blame you for things, or they were under the impression they could have been misled here in this situation as well. And I feel like this person wants to make you smile again. Like I think this person really does love your smile. I think they think about your smile. And I'm hearing like, I just want to get back to that easy connection, that like when everything is unobscured between the two of us, it is very pure, it is very emotional, and it's just a very easy space. And I just heard, I'm really sorry for letting somebody like mess with that, you know, or interfere with that. Now, that actually brings me to another part of this reading, and this is actually really important for you to understand. How am I going to explain it? So I've given you this reading, right? Now, for most of you, this is the genuine reading, right? Like this is how your person genuinely feels. This is what they really genuinely want, and they want to explain all of this to you. But there is another group here where it's like this person wants to wear this mask. They want to wear this like facade in order to be able to step back to you, in order to get whatever it is that they want out of you, because they possibly know that they hurt you, and they know that this would be like, if they say all of these things, that's everything that you want to hear, and that potentially you'll let your guard down and you'll let this person back into your good graces. So there is a bit of a warning here, and I want to help you differentiate here between the two. So just follow with me, okay? Now this, for most of you, I think this is a genuine energy coming here from this person, and I've been reading this like, right, this genuine feeling, heart-centered like reading, as if your person has like the following qualities, okay? So try to see if your person fits more like this description of the person that I'm going to describe, or if they fit this other description that I'm going to describe later, in order to kind of try to help you gauge where this person's coming from. So this first person that I think is being very genuine, I think they present as being very like emotionally unaffected. And that could have a lot of different ways that it presents. Like maybe it presents as like they're just too cool for school, or it presents like they're very neutral in their energy, or just emotionally unaffected. For some of you, this person maybe could have come off like a player, like they didn't really have emotions for you, or they didn't really care about you, or, you know, but it's just, they were giving you this impression that they were emotionally unaffected. And because of something about this person, of who they are, or like how they present, that quality in them, I think encouraged you, and this might be a common thing with this person, but specifically with you and your situation, it encouraged you to put them into a category that is not true for them. And to a certain extent, I feel like this person does this on purpose, because in actuality, this person is a deeply emotional person. And they just don't want people to know that about them forever, you know, whatever reason. Maybe they think it makes them weak, or it makes them not cool, or they are used to people trying to take advantage of their emotions. So this person could be a man, because, you know, men, it's like, oh, he's not supposed to be emotional, you know, for whatever reason. I think that's so stupid. But, you know, so it's like they don't want people to think that they're not manly by showing that they're emotional. So instead they overcompensate, and they come off very neutral, and they come off very unaffected, when in reality they really are. Now, this is the person where they want to explain this to you, that they kind of have this quality, because I feel like this is a person where it's coming through not like a tower moment, it's coming through like a watershed moment, more like that, where I just feel like this person's emotions, like their emotional content, had just been building and building and building, and like getting pressurized. And to be honest, I think this has a lot, this is like kind of how this person operates through the world. So I think it has more to do with than just you. Like this is just overall, maybe in their life, their emotions had been kind of stockpiling and pressurizing, but this person definitely does have like very deep emotions here, like for you. You do deeply affect this person on an emotional level. And for most of you, I think this is a love reading, and I think you know that. But if it's not a love reading, because it's also a possibility that it's not, then like the emotions that this person has, they could be anger, they could be resentment, or they could be some other kind of emotion besides just love. Emotions, they come in all varieties. And even if this person does have like strong deep love feelings for you, there could be some other feeling like insecurity or something, right? But the point is, like, this person's emotional content was just building and building and building, and then it was pressurized, and then they're showing me that it was kind of paired with like a trigger. Something here was like a trigger moment, or maybe even some kind of impulsivity, something here like that, where it just kind of like released all of these emotions, or this person was drowning in these emotions or trying to like kind of cope with it. And then they're also showing me, for some of you, that could have been that alcohol was involved, or some kind of other substance that like lowered their inhibitions. So there was some kind of like a perfect storm is what I'm getting. Like there's some kind of perfect thing, and all of that bubbled to the surface, and I think that is what created that like original sin, whatever that was, where everything kind of got derailed between the two of you. And then this person kind of sat in their pride when they really could have fixed this. They could have come clean. They could have told you that they had emotions for you, but instead they didn't, and they tried to kind of bottle it up, or they tried to kind of seem like, like they weren't as affected as they are, okay? So this is the person that I think you can trust. Now, another thing with this person, because I'm getting that there was like some kind of third influence here, and maybe it's just the things that I was describing, but this impulse, this trigger, okay? I kind of am linking this to another energy that's not yours, and it's not coming from this person, but this person was sort of, I'm hearing the word under duress, and they were also like influenced here by this energy that, frankly, the word narcissistic really is standing out. So this is a person who is maybe very deceptive, very cunning, very calculating, very selfish, and they could have lied, like, or tampered with this person's space, because I'm getting that this narcissistic energy could see that this person has is just emotional, or like has this deep emotional content, or has a deep emotional content for you. This narcissistic energy could see that, and they wanted this person for themselves, or they wanted to control the situation, or I don't know, like somehow they interfered. And you might not have even seen this, where I'm kind of like, as an example, okay, and this really is just an example, but it's like they could have said something here to this person that, again, it was like triggering, and they knew that you were somehow a trigger. I don't know, like they could have seen this person watching you from across the room, and you were talking to someone else, and then they just sort of hinted that you were having an intimate relationship with that person that you were talking to, even though you weren't. And so this person got incredibly hurt by that, and then this person somehow like wounded them. Because they wounded them, they capitalized on that moment, and that's when maybe they cheated with this person, and that was like the moment of that original sin. I don't know, that's just a singular example here, but you need to know, I think there was some kind of like third party, some kind of very intentional, very manipulative interference, where someone messed with this person in order to kind of set them off, in order to spin them the way that they wanted to. That's also a possibility here. Now, for this other group here, okay, where this reading has not been intentional, like if you're dealing with this other type of person, I feel like this other type of person is more this like narcissistic energy, but I think it could be throwing you, because there's something about the way these two people could potentially present, where one is like presenting to you as this overly emotional thing, like, oh, I have so many emotions for you, or maybe they, I don't know, pitch themselves into some kind of fit, or they act like they're in some kind of crisis, and they kind of like flounder around, and so you just get the impression that if it's this other energy over here, that they have a lot of emotions for you, and they're just brimming over the top with emotions for you, or they just love you so much. Like, I think that the emotional content with this other energy, this, if this reading is not genuine, they really lead with the emotions, but in reality they're vacuous. They are more this narcissistic energy. There's something here where it's like so if it's genuine, I think this person presented as non-emotional, but they're actually very deeply emotional. And it's something they feel protective over, or they feel ashamed of, or they feel like they need to hide that in some way. So everything kind of got derailed. And it is because this person's like pride, That's the one group. But then this other group, they present as emotional in order to get their way, in order to pitch people into some kind of crisis that then is like spinning around this other person. And everybody's scrambling to make sure that this person is okay. Or they use emotionality to justify their bad behaviors. Like this person maybe does cheat on you, and then they are crying and I don't know, somehow hinting that it's all your fault. I don't know. There's a leading with an emotionality, with an energy that is actually more cunning and more calculated and more strategic. And I think this energy would have actually left you feeling very depressed and very sad and very hollow and very, heartbroken. But and in that case, if you are dealing with somebody who fits that more narcissistic profile, but they're trying to present more like erratic in the emotional space, I think there again is like other third energies here. And maybe this person used those energies to kind of like cheat on you, but those third energies were also maybe potentially lied to. Like this person could see that they had emotions for them, and so they sort of like weaponized or manipulated that space. And maybe you even have some of these like third parties that were used in this way that actually are the ones who are feeling very regretful and remorseful. And they're like, look, I was lied to. Like this person told me that you were this, that, and the other thing. It's reminding me of like my first real boyfriend. I remember some of his girlfriends, like his friends that were girls, came over to my house with him one day. And when I let them in and we were interacting, and one of them just like very loudly says to him, they're like, she's really pretty and she is really nice. And they said it in a way that was like, giving me the impression that maybe he was going around telling people that I was mean and ugly, But I just like didn't really pay attention because I was like, well, what sense does that make? That, why would he be with me if he thought that I was mean and ugly, But I think he was doing that. He was a total liar, had a diagnosis of a cluster B disorder that his dad called to tell me about. I got put through the freaking ringer with that man. But again, he presented very emotional, like about me and about everything. Everything was so emotional. And, come to find out he was lying. And so those girls, I think, like maybe he had used them and he had given them a certain impression of me in order to justify his actions, to make them feel sorry for him or something like that, So you have to kind of know what energy you're dealing with here, because for most of you, I think this is a very genuine energy coming from a very genuine person. But for others of you, it's definitely a manipulator, somebody who is very skilled, very talented at like they play in the emotional space, this manipulator. They play in the emotional space. But really I'm hearing the word puppeteer. Like they just pull people's strings. They know how to do that. So let me just get some messages. Yeah, and this manipulator energy as well is angry. They want to like get back at you for something. But I think the thing they want to get back at you for is like you having the nerve to like stand up for yourself, or just to draw a line in the sand and be like, this will not happen anymore. So tapping back into like the genuine energy, what would this person say? And keep in mind, if you do fall in this other group, then this could also be other things that this manipulator uses to kind of get back into your good graces. But I'm afraid to contact you. Yeah, because what this person wants is to contact you and to make everything okay. Look, I couldn't let you get close to me. I want to feel that way again. I don't react when people mention you. This person just doesn't react. Like that's, even though they feel very deeply, they just don't react because they don't want people to know that they're emotional or that they have strong emotional feelings for you, because maybe they don't want to get hurt or like made fun of, or they don't want to be rejected or seen to be like, I'm hearing like the word simp or like a sap or anything like that. They really do want a new beginning. I'm hearing that Ingram Hill song. It's like, I won't hurt you. That man is gone. They want a new beginning. They want to show you that that they're different. They want to heal this, but they know they've got to, you guys have to work through some secrets, some things that were hidden, and some emotional content before you can kind of have this like new beginning between the two of you. Look, I don't react when people mention you. I'm so attracted to you. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Yeah, this person is really struggling. I'm so attracted to you came out again. I wish I could take back my words. But this person also wishes that they said words differently. I hid who I really am from you. Yes, like that's what this whole reading is about. And who this person really is, if they're this genuine person, is somebody, I think, deeply in love with you. Somebody who has genuine, very sincere, very deep emotions, who feels protective over you, who I feel like this person just kind of wants to cocoon the two of you. I love you. I hid who I really am from you. I love you. You came closer than anyone. I'm kind of getting that this is the manipulator energy. Look, I regret lying to you. Yeah. I want to tell you how I feel. I'm so attracted to you. So many things remind me of you. I replay our conversations over and over. Yeah. So this first group here, I feel like it's a beautiful soulmate connection. There were interferences that confused things. And there was also, because there was a lot of emotional content and this person's uncomfortable with their own emotionality, for you specifically or just in general, and because maybe potentially they have a lot going on in their emotional space, then it caused a lot of chaos and confusion. And I think there was a lot that was hidden or buried or secretive here. And you could have gotten the impression, or you could have just shied away from this energy because you thought there was Seven of Swords kind of secrecy of this person was playing around, betraying you, sleeping around, trying to take something from you. You could have thought it was that. And so this person understands like why you moved away. I think this person's done a lot of processing around their own emotional content around the situation. They understand how they were, I'm hearing, being weird or giving mixed signals, or it's because they weren't being honest and they weren't being authentic and they weren't being integral in their emotions. They felt their emotions in an authentic way, but they weren't expressing them authentically because they were trying to protect themselves, maybe from a sense of rejection, and maybe they were embarrassed like about what they ded here, whatever this like thing was, this original sin. They could have been embarrassed, and they could have been embarrassed about you finding out that they did that because they care about you so much, or they didn't know if you would think that they were weak because they're so emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just something here more along the lines of that. But I think this more narcissistic energy, there could be something here that they actually want to keep hidden, that they actually want to keep buried. And they feel like if they get back into your good graces or something and potentially betray you again, that it would encase their lies or encase their secrecy like even more. And potentially some of you have a new beginning for yourself, and this person just can't have that. Like or you have something that they want. So yeah, be very careful here. I'm hearing, yeah, for some of you, it might be best to like let sleeping dogs lie. I don't know how, yeah, I don't know. This, I feel like you probably know better than I do what kind of person that you are dealing with. But again, for those of you who it's this first person, there's a lot of genuine, this person just loves you and they miss you and they feel like they messed it up and they are willing to take responsibility for their part of it. And also this person, they want to be with you. They really do. But they're very respectful about that. They don't want to like push themselves on you. They understand that they've hurt you. They understand that this might not ever come together that way, but they still just want to, because they love you. And this is the energy of genuine love. For those of you who are dealing with a genuine person, they just want you to have what you need to heal. They just want you to know their truth in the situation. So you're not blaming yourself, or you're not struggling, because they love you. And potentially this person wants this to come together, like in later on down the road, or in, another lifetime. They don't want you to cut them off. So that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 1. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys. All right, so pile number 2, what does this person want? Well, this is probably going to be a really short reading. For a lot of you, I think this is probably your own energy, but take it however it resonates. There's a strong feminine energy that is coming through here. So either it's you, or you're asking about a feminine here. If you're asking about a masculine and this is your pile, I feel like this is a masculine that is very tapped in with his feminine side here. And that's like something that he wants, is to tap more into that side of himself that is more social and very warm, and having very healthy give and receive kinds of relationships and conversations. Also tapping into their personhood and their sense of creativity, because at the heart of what this person wants is to bring that forth into the world, to connect with who they truly are and to bring that forth. It's actually really admirable and really beautiful here around this person that you're asking about. And we've seen this before, but this is somebody who's really been through a lot. There's really a culture or like a climate of secrecy around what I want to say is this feminine energy, but this isn't secrecy like skeletons in your closet kind of secrecy. There is maybe remorse, regrets, and sadness, but this is more like, I think maybe people have hidden things here from this feminine that have amounted to some kind of sadness or hurt or betrayal. There is just a lot of like very heavy emotional energy, and I feel like this is a person who like really does need to cry or have some kind of like emotional release. And that's what they're really kind of looking for. They're looking for some kind of like deeply transformative experience. And I think they're further along in the journey than they even realize, because this is a person who has been deeply focused internally. Now, for some of you, I'm hearing, okay, so what does this person want? In the nicest way possible, this person really doesn't want anything from you or from anyone else. I do kind of feel like this is a person who has given up on, I'm hearing expecting like fair treatment, or expecting that they're going to get an apology, or that they're going to, get accountability, or have somebody genuinely express like care towards this person. This is somebody who doesn't want to rely on things outside of themselves. So what this person wants is to transform. Like, this person wants to take the experiences and the emotional turmoil that they've been through and really truly transform themselves. I'm hearing the word traits. Like, I feel like this person is trying to address certain traits within themselves that they feel like made them like an easy target or easy to be preyed upon. They're really just trying to look at their part of it, their side of the aisle. I mean, this is a very mature person. And maybe if you feel like they weren't mature in the past, like, this person has leveled up and they're really truly wanting to level up. And I'm just hearing them say, like, nobody can give me this level of peace. It's something that I really want for myself. This person is like, there's a lot of spiritual, like angelic guidance that's around this person here at this time, a lot of spiritual guidance. And this person is actually doing a lot of manifesting. And I do feel like this person is they're manifesting some kind of passionate, fiery new beginning that is actually very creative, and it is going to reflect who it is that they are. I feel like this person is trying to connect with their dharmic energy. But also for a lot of these people, it's like they are manifesting a soulmate. That really has this like Ace of Wands kind of quality, where it is passionate and it's fiery, but it's stable, and it's somebody that like lights their fire. But this person is actually manifesting this just currently at this time, and they're wanting to. I'm hearing the song "Daylight" by Taylor Swift. They want to step into the daylight. And this person has been so internally focused, and they've been doing their work, and they've been focused on themselves. See how there's this like purple streak in her hair? I feel like this person has already started to literally truly change, like from the inside out, and they kind of don't even realize how far they've come. They're sort of like the last to know. I just heard Britney Spears, "Don't let me be the last to know. Don't hold back, just let it show." That's what this person wants. I need to hear you say, "You need me all the way. If you love me so, don't let me be the last to know." So I feel like that's part of who this person is manifesting, is somebody who will show that they care for them, and who will maybe even initiate certain like passionate experiences or emotional experiences, something here like that. But also with that angel of emergence, it's like they don't want to be afraid to hold back and let themselves show. And it says, it's time for the real you to emerge. And I just feel like this person is going through a deeply transformative experience right now. It's deeply spiritual. And I'm also seeing this flower, and it is, covering kind of the heart chakra space and the throat chakra. So I do feel like there is quite a bit of healing going on here in these spaces. And they are receiving quite a bit of angelic guidance and a lot of help internally and externally. I'm hearing they receive a lot of guidance while they're sleeping, or something's going on while they're sleeping. And so their heart has actually started to blossom open, kind of like a flower. I'm hearing like a lotus flower. And, the lotus always reminds me of Anurata. And Anurata is one of the most beautiful places in the entire zodiac. It's the lighthouse on the hill. And Anurata is kind of notorious for being sucked into really tumultuous, somewhat even like abusive type relationships. And then always they pull themselves back, like to the right road. Always they pull themselves back to the light path, even if they get sucked into some pretty nasty, dramatic like stuff. So I feel like that's what this person is doing. And some of these people, it's like they're sort of pros at doing this at this point. Like, I'm just picturing somebody like doing reps of like weightlifting, and that's kind of what this person is doing. They're actually building up quite a bit of strength and quite a bit of muscle in their heart space. I feel like this person has like a huge heart chakra, but it's beefy now, like it's strong. I'm hearing it takes a lick and it keeps on ticking. And also this person's kind of perfecting their throat chakra, because they want the things that they express to other people to be passionate, to be fiery, like in that Ace of Wands kind of way, but also to be loving and compassionate, and to reflect the real true true version of themselves. And also this person may have had some kind of like self-esteem issue, maybe some financial issues, but all of that is like really starting to deeply transform and deeply heal, because I feel like this person is manifesting some kind of passionate new beginning, and they're manifesting the guidance that they will need. And I do feel like there is some kind of like spark or some kind of message that is coming through that's going to like be like an eye-opener, because I'm seeing this person like when this hits, it's like and for some of you, can I just say, if I can ever get this out, and I will, the karmic reading, it has something about a physical location in it that I think you have maybe been considering moving to. And I think that information that it wants to come through in that reading will be that eye-opener. Because I feel like, yeah, there might be some kind of new beginning that might actually start off with some sort of a move, but all of this is very much coming from the inside. So, yeah, I feel like respectfully, like this person doesn't really want anything from anyone else. I feel like this person's tired. Their heart has been like really battered. This person is in a mode of healing. I really don't think if you reached out to this person, they would even be all that interactive or receptive here at this current time. They're just not really in much of an external facing mode. They're at the tail end of this though, is what it feels like. They've really honored this time of hermitude and going within and really like self-examining. Like this is a boss. I already know, like for a lot of you, this is your energy because I read your cards and I know that I have a lot. I'm so grateful that I have genuine spiritual seekers that like come here to this channel. That's this energy. You cannot fake this energy coming through here in these cards. This person has really, really done the work here, and they're a light in the darkness. This person, oh my God, I heard they're the answer to their own prayer, because some of these people have been praying for a light in the darkness, and they're going to realize that it's them, that they're the light in the darkness. I am seeing that there's somebody watching this feminine. So if you are this feminine and maybe you were asking about another person, like a masculine type of a person, I don't know who you're asking about. I can see here that there's somebody that just wants to watch you. Somebody who like, you have lit the fire in them. I feel like they might want some kind of passionate new beginning. They just think that you're so beautiful. This person just wants to watch you. And they don't want to interact with you. They just want to watch you. They find you to be captivating. And they kind of tend to know that you have a depth to you, and they just see you for all that you are. And I don't know if this is somebody that you're manifesting in. I don't know if this is happening on like the 5D or if this is happening in real life. I'm also seeing somebody watching you sleep. So for some of you, I'm getting it's an ancestor, and it feels very motherly or like grandmotherly, and they're like wiping away your tears like while you're sleeping, or they just sing to you or like hum to you. If you feel soothed or like lulled in a sleep space, like that's definitely, you're so guarded right now. You really have a lot of protection. But I feel like there's this interest, and it's like, this person, maybe you connect in a dream space or something, but it's like you're reaching out and like connecting with somebody who just really is captivated by your beauty. They see you for all that you are. And it's like, I don't even think you're trying to show off for anyone or like be a type of way. It's like, I'm just picturing her like having snot like running down her face, and this person's like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. Yeah, like this person just thinks that you are beautiful. But yeah, somebody here wants that with you. They want to watch you sleep. They want to look out for you while you sleep. They want to wipe the tears from your face. And they see that you're burdened. They see the things that you've been through, and that's what they love about you. This is a person who would like maybe never fall for a narcissist, or if they have, then it's like they would never do it again, because they just find like your rawness and your realness to be like really, really beautiful. But I feel like this is the person that you are manifesting. And maybe for some of you, you have gotten into a new relationship, and there's somebody who just wants to watch you, kind of like a guardian angel, just like watch you while you sleep, or just watch you when you're not looking. Yeah, they just want to watch you. There's that energy coming in too. But yeah, so really the moral of the story is pile number 2, this is not a person that you're asking about that really there's not neediness coming from this person. They don't want anything. They're not in a state of neediness. I think this person has learned to go inwards, and they've learned to rely on themselves, but this doesn't feel like it's out of balance in that way. I think this person would like help. They would like a partnership, somebody to share their life with, and somebody to share their love with. And this person is on the precipice of some kind of blossoming as a human, some kind of blossoming and some kind of transformation, something like that. There may also be children that is around this person at this time. I'm seeing specifically 3. It doesn't have to be, though. These could be friends or messages or spirit guides, something here like that. But this person is really wanting to, I'm hearing, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This is definitely not a person with like grandiose dreams. They just literally want to do their part. They want to show up. They just want to be a person in this world. They want to be respected. They want to be seen. They want to be taken seriously. They want to be cherished. They want to love and they want to be loved. And it's beautiful. This is very beautiful energy here. So let me just see. Yeah, we have so much in common. I've liked you for a really long time. There could be somebody that's like if this is your energy pile number 2, there could be somebody that has liked you for a really long time. They feel like you guys have a lot in common and they are wanting some kind of passionate new beginning. And this is the person that like, maybe wants to watch you while you are sleeping or something like that. This person, there's something here about protection as well. And third eye, activation, just seeing things very clearly. This person, they want this passionate new beginning and they want to see it very clearly. They don't want to get tricked or anything like that. I'm still healing. That's very clear. Messages here from this person. So this person, I'm just getting somebody who is in a cocoon. Oh, you know what? That's what these butterflies are. These could be other people. Maybe this person is in like a group. This could be our group. Like I like to think our chaos coven. And like other people are starting to kind of wake up and seeing each other awake or something. This could be friends. For some of you, I really think there could be a move. And then you have 3 friends, like 3 best friends, or 3 soulmates. Like however this, I think one's a romantic interest, and there could be 2 friends. Or again, for some of you, like if you want children, like children. Oh my gosh. Throwing things. My intentions are pure. Yeah, like this person also does, I think they do a lot of manifestation work, or they understand that. So they're trying to get their intentionality, like coming from a pure space. Look, you have changed me. But this is like them whispering to life. I feel like this person, there's like picturing like Grandmother Willow, like Pocahontas sleeping on like Grandmother Willow. Let's see, what would this person say? You found out something about me. I am not sure what I'm feeling. Interesting. Maybe whatever you found out about this person has to do with the feeling space. I'm afraid to get close to people. Maybe that's what you found out too. I mean, this person has been deeply hurt. And I'm also hearing the word shamed. I feel like this could have been a situation where this person was hurt and then they were shamed for other people's actions. This is actually a very inspirational person. This person provides a lot of love and guidance and like light and support for other people. I feel you are wife-husband material. This person definitely is. I'm talking about you to others. You have changed me. Maybe for some of you, that's your energy too. You could be, I think some of you are trying to manifest this person. I don't know which way it goes, but like there's just such beautiful energy coming through here. Look, I'm in love with you. I don't know what to do. I wonder, are you in love with this person and you don't know what to do? Because this person, I think you feel, okay, there's somebody here. Sorry, I just like spilled all these cards. There's somebody here, okay, that's like looking in on this feminine, because I'm not sure which direction this goes, but like I feel like this feminine is emotionally unavailable here just at this current time. And there could have been somebody here from the past looking in that, again, like thinks you are beautiful, and they realize they were emotionally unavailable towards this feminine in the past, but they, again, like they want all the things I described about watching her in her sleep and everything, and then they are not you came out. And yeah, I've been trying to distract myself from my feelings. So maybe it's like they got in some kind of other relationship and they are really wanting to reconnect with this feminine, but they don't know how. And then I just, if that's your scenario, I just pulled like, what do you need to do? The 9 of Cups, connecting with your own wish fulfillment. But 9 of Cups for me, this is like Venus and Pisces, an exalted energy. So there could be something about like, I don't know, just releasing yourself, or closing out a functioning dysfunction. There's a karmic cycle here. I think for some of you, it's a relationship. And it's like, you need to close down a karmic relationship that is a functioning dysfunction. You need to actually move away from that. You need to go after your own wish fulfillment. And that's how you reconnect here with this feminine energy. I'm hearing nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, that was an interesting one. But again, for a lot of you, I feel like spirit is just so, like, this is your energy, and spirit could not be prouder of you. It's not about this energy says everything. The energy with which you meet your life and you meet yourself. Sure, you've made some mistakes. Certainly, I'm hearing that quote that's like, finish each day and be done with it. No doubt absurdities and blunders have crept in, but be done with it. Go to bed and, arise like too full of life, to worry about your past nonsense. This is who you are. The energy with which you meet yourself, with which you transform, with which you're willing to do your own self-work, this says everything to spirit about who you are. And you just have a heart of gold is what I'm hearing, pile number 2. You just have a heart of gold, and this is why you have so much spiritual help and spiritual guidance around you, is because you have guides, and I'm hearing angels. You have angels around you that are just chomping at the bit to make sure you get yours, honey. Okay, because we want to talk about like deserving things. It's a hairy territory to get in, but you deserve so much more than you have gotten here, pile number 2. And it is just acknowledged. And I'm like, they're telling me, even as a reader, they're like, I can't wait for you guys to start getting yours and to like have the messages come through for that. So hang tight. I feel like you're almost there. You feel like you're at the tail end of some kind of transformation. And I feel like you really don't even know how captivating you are, how beautiful you are, and how much you have already changed, and how integrated your spirituality really already is. Some of you could be thinking about changing your hair or adding some kind of a fun, funky streak in your hair, and spirit is like, yeah, express yourself. Yeah. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You are definitely a part of the Chaos Coven. Bye, guys. Right, so pile number 3, what does this person want? Well, very clearly, I feel like this person wants a relationship with you. And I think that is apparent to you as well at this moment in time. But it feels like even though you can sense this person does want a relationship with you, this feels like something where we still need to pop the hood and take a deeper look at what is going on beneath the surface. And even though it might be really anxiety inducing to hear me say something like that, because I can just feel the fear and the trepidation like in my stomach, where I think a lot of you are sitting on this precipice where you're like, okay, I know I need to take this deeper look just, so I can advocate for myself, but I'm still really nervous about what it is that I'm going to find and what that potentially means for me, what choice I need to make for myself. And I just want to point out that that takes a lot of courage for you to even be here at this reading, just trying to confront this and trying to dig deeper. And that is really being acknowledged by your guides. And you are receiving a lot of spiritual help. And I'm supposed to like really make that very clear to you, because it feels to me like you are at a moment of divine judgment. And I know that sounds really like scary and very intimidating, but I don't mean it that way, because I'm seeing the judgment card in the tarot. And the judgment card is really tied in with Pluto for me, which Pluto rules over what is hidden, what is buried, what is secret, what is strategic, what is sexual, betrayals, trauma, all of that stuff, right? So it feels, what I mean by like you've entered this period of divine judgment, it feels to me like you've actually triggered this because you have been making very solid, very steady spiritual progress. So I'm hearing you've made a lot of spiritual progress in this lifetime, maybe more than was even expected of you for some of you. But you've also made very specific spiritual progress that has now qualified you in to this period of divine judgment, where all of these things that were hidden and buried are starting to be revealed. They're starting to come to the surface. Now, why now? Well, before you had certain experiences, which we'll talk about what those experiences are, but before you have had certain experiences and certain realizations, if these things were revealed to you, it just would have been overwhelming. And so now you've entered this phase where I'm hearing your contemplation can be fruitful. With you having all of these different variables, and you have had very specific experiences and encounters. This feels like with certain individuals that you needed to meet and experience here in this life that have given you certain experiences and variables. You've had those as well. So you actually can kind of like compare and contrast and sift, and your contemplation can be fruitful. So that is important for you to understand, that that's what this reading is about. It's not so much about telling you this person's your soulmate or not your soulmate. That's not what this is, because this is also a group where you learn a lot of your spiritual lessons through relationship. At this point, that probably will not shock you, okay? This is relationship of all kinds, but I do feel like very potent, I'm hearing very triggering lessons have come through your romantic relationships. And so in a way, it's like forbidden, but that's, again, it sounds really ominous. It's not necessarily forgiven or forbidden. It's just, what would be the point, right? Like from the spiritual lens, your spirit guides are not really wanting to interfere in your relationships and how they unfold. They're not trying to spoon feed you the right answers so that you make the right turns where you're supposed to. Why? Because your spiritual lessons, you need to be observing. You need to be contemplating. You need to be developing this part of yourself. Okay, that's the karmic lesson that you have elected to confront for yourself here in this lifetime. And it's a big one, okay? Because the big karmic lesson for this group, and it feels like a very foundational, fundamental karmic lesson where if you master this, you can actually make quite a bit of spiritual progress. And I mean that overall as a soul, but even just like you can find relief in like a lot of different areas of your life, because this karmic lesson has to do with you not falling for the superficial veneer that other people try to sell you. And you come by this very honestly, where I feel like you do actually really want to believe in people. You do want to believe that people are good and upstanding and that they are the way that they're presenting themselves to you. And I just think that you've had, like, that's part of the experiences that you've had where you have had to confront that people are not always what they seem. Things are not always as they seem. And I feel like as you're trying to decide here about a relationship, because I feel like that's what this group really is, okay? And I think some of you could potentially be in the love bubble, you know, where it's a new relationship and you're having all the feelings. And so some of you are like, oh, please let this person be who they say they are. You know, I don't want to have to end this relationship. Others of you, I think you have been in a long-term partnership. You've been in a long-term situation, perhaps with somebody that you thought was a divine soulmate or that had your best intentions at heart. However, during this period of uncovering and unveiling, there are certain things that are being revealed to you that you can't really overlook anymore. I'm hearing there were red flags, there were yellow flags, and you just kind of blew past it because you just didn't want it to be true. And that's where I want to kind of jump back here, because, okay, this is a group where I feel like a lot of people actually do want to be in relationship with you. But this feels weird because there feels like some kind of insecurity around this to me, but it feels old. It feels like almost distant, but like, I don't know, it's still there. I feel like this is something that even though you can kind of, I don't know, treat this issue within you, you can learn how to manage this. It's like something that just kind of stays with you, you know, where I feel like in your past, I'm hearing like ugly duckling, but I'm also hearing nobody loves me, everybody hates me, I guess I'll go eat worms. But I'm also hearing like indigo child, star child, where it just feels like in your past, and maybe this has to do with like where you were born, but it feels like you were kind of the swan born in a group of ducklings. So you were different and you weren't understood. And I think you internalized this where I'm hearing fear of inadequacy, but it was like just an incompatibility or just not being misunderstood. But again, you internalized it as there was something wrong with you, or that you were less than, or fear of rejection is what I'm hearing. So you did deal with this early on in your life. But as you started to grow more and more into yourself, I think that you did realize that a lot of people did actually want to have relationships with you and that they were very drawn into your energy. But I'm hearing overwhelmed. Like, I think you were overwhelmed by this and you didn't necessarily have the background that would have assisted you in building up the skills or the confidence to kind of like meet these things head on. So I think you were very naive, and you could have found yourself in situations and relationships and positions where you did have to realize that not everybody has the same heart as you, and not everybody, because you're a person who wants a relationship, and I mean that in like a very genuine, healthy way. You want to give and receive in a relationship, and you just want to connect with people, and that's something that you've always maybe wanted, and maybe even kind of coming from a position of an underdog, right? But I think you've had to confront very selfishly oriented people where they want to gain things for themselves through aligning with certain energies. And I think, honestly, it's very sweet. I think it's just something that didn't make sense to you, like at all. I think you were kind of like, whoa, like rug pulled out from under you sort of moments. That's part of what's qualified you into this. You've had these experiences where you kind of, even though you didn't want to maybe like confront that, you are confronting it. So you've built your courage to look at things very head on, because it's almost like that old wound kind of rears up in you where you think, okay, if I find out that a person was very selfishly oriented and that they were using me, that means that I'm unlovable. And I'm just meant to remind you that's not what that means. Okay, it means selfishly oriented people, especially that are very selfish, like that have some kind of like clinical level something going on, they can't see past the nose on their face. They're just so self-absorbed, they can't see beyond what it is that they want. So they might even think that they love you, you know, and that's where, like, especially like narcissists, they buy their own BS. Like they really do, because they don't know any other way. They don't know how to love because they're just not oriented that way. So they might even think that they love you, which makes them very convincing liars, because they're just not dealing in truth. They're just not dealing in their own truth, first of all. And I feel like this is what you were supposed to kind of confront, is that you cannot just take people at their face value. You cannot buy the superficial veneer that a lot of people try to show you. Now, okay, so there's these two paths that you can kind of like go down now. And I feel like this is part of what's qualified you into this. And I feel like you're dealing with a person, or you're trying to investigate this in some way right now, okay? Because it feels to me like part of the experiences that you need to have in order to compare and contrast has to do with like two very significant people for you. And you're drawn to having a relationship with these two people for very different reasons, but it's like you feel a strong pull to both of these people. Now, if it's not two like very significant people, I feel like, again, it's these two paths where you're drawn to like specific people, specific groups, specific places for one reason, and then another set of groups and whatever for another reason, okay? And basically one path is illuminated and the other one is like extreme darkness and ignorance, you know, and it's that karmic path. And by the way, I do have more information coming out for this group because I've been working on this karmic read and I've been struggling with it. And it kind of makes sense to me now that I'm doing this reading, why I would be struggling with it. Because again, this is all about your contemplation. They want you engaged with your own spiritual process. They don't want to kind of spoon feed you the answers, and they aren't there. There's a timing thing about what's being revealed and when, because again, it's like they reveal a bit of information, your spirit guides, that they feel like they're not trying to overwhelm you, okay? Because I think this is a group that potentially was overwhelmed in the past by life or people or what you were confronted with. They're here to assist in a very spiritual way. So they're revealing bits of information as you are prepared to kind of digest it and acclimate it and take it on, but they don't want to give you everything at one time, okay? And your contemplation and connecting with your own self and observing for yourself and taking off those rose-colored glasses, this is a part of it. This is not a spirit guide that is going to say, go left, go right. This person's your soulmate. This person's not your soulmate. What do you see? What do you feel? Right? Like, what is the truth? Okay, this is all about orienting to the truth, and you're going to burn a shit ton of karma when you can like actually align with this. You know, I don't want to get off track too much, but that's kind of the Hindu philosophy, is like when you align with like God or goddess energy, right? Divine energy. That's actually the action that ends up burning a lot of karma, because you no longer want to live in delusion. And I think a lot of you you're proving to yourself that you no longer want to live a lie. You're ready to confront this. Okay. So again, these two paths. Now, I think a lot of you, when you're looking at these two people, this I feel like is a key. They're trying to give you a key. They're trying to give you a flashlight. Okay. When you're looking at these two people, or these two situations, these two types of people that you've been drawn into, these two types of relationships, you kind of think, okay, I recognize that I need to take a deeper look here. So me taking a deeper look, I think I need to take a deeper look at these people. So I need to observe their behaviors, and I need to, figure out what motivates them. And that is true. But what you want to do is you want to come up through self. Okay. So pop the hood of yourself, because I'm hearing the chakra system. This is all about understanding the chakra system and what part of you is activated. You are a living energetic system, okay? So remember, I've said this in readings before of like your limbic system will a lot of times alert you to the fact that there's danger around before your conscious mind can even process it, because you are this like glorious animal. Like you really are. And so that's what I'm saying. And in the karmic reading, and I'll explain this more if I can ever get this out, but it's like a concept that I was struggling to kind of like really get. So I didn't want to sit down until I could explain it well. But there's these two systems, okay? And what draws you into the karmics, okay, places and paths and people, is this busted root chakra energy, which you've confronted in your past, okay, of feeling insecure, of not feeling fully rooted, of not feeling your own power, right? And wanting it to be whole, but not addressing it maybe there. So it's this unholy alliance between a busted root chakra and the mind energy. that loves to pass itself off as heart chakra energy. And the way that I can describe this, at least like in my own journey, I'm sure we've all gone through the phase where we've done like the manifestation lists. Like I did that, and I have learned that I am a really powerful manifester, and I would get everything on my list. Like especially in relationships, I'd be like, I want him to be smart and I want him to be funny. And like I would go out on dates with these people that I like literally manifested into existence, only to find that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So you could be dealing with a person here that looks great on paper. They meet all of your checklists. However, you know, when he says he's going to cook you dinner, maybe he just slides you like a blended chicken egg smoothie for some reason you'll never understand. And then you have to wonder if he's a psychopath after that. I'm joking. That really did happen to me. But you know what I'm saying? It's like there's an incompatibility, or there's like okay, well, I didn't factor that in. And you kind of realize through doing that you're never going to have like a catch-all. So for me, that's when I switched and I just said to the divine, like, look, you know my heart. Okay, you know what I need better than I know. So why don't I just say, why don't you just bring me my soulmate? And I will work on becoming aware of that, like whenever it comes in, because I could never factor in all of the things. Like it's just not about that. It's not about creating this list. The whole, with human beings, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So you just have to understand, is this the energy that's kind of drawing you towards a person? Because then they look perfect on paper, and then maybe you really like having them hang off of your arm, or you really, some of you I'm hearing like you do have certain needs, you do have certain vulnerabilities. And so in your mind, you've kind of skipped this step. You kind of said, okay, well, a person, there's like, you're skipping over this middleman thing where you're going, well, the person who can meet my needs would be somebody like this, somebody like that, and somebody like that. That's not necessarily true. What you need to say is, Spirit, I need somebody who will meet my needs in this way. I don't know who that person is, and it might not be who I think it is. So that's how you get kind of sucked into the delulu, like to the delusion, to the fantasy of a person, and that you really get sucked into and you don't want to let go. And these people, this karmic energy, while we're talking about it, okay, these are people that do want a relationship with you, and they want you to think that this union is like, this partnership is blessed and it's destined for greatness. Okay, but in reality, I think that they also have this busted root chakra mind thing going on where they're thinking, oh, well, you look really good on paper. And they think, oh, well, this could be great. In reality, they're seeing your greatness and they want to attach to it, you know? And it could surprise you, the kinds of people that, you know, because it's not always a parent who feels insecure, you know? So this is the on paper kind of connection versus this path that is illuminated, where you're actually drawn into somebody for a heart-centered reason, where you're just like, your heart is the one that's pulling you there. You feel safe, you feel contained, you feel understood, you feel like you could just open up to this person. Maybe it's not the most sports car, sleek, you know, kind of a thing. It doesn't tap into that ego sense of pride, but that really actually is a partnership that is blessed and destined for greatness. Now, and that it's connecting with a heart chakra. So make sure that you're aligning with your own heart chakra here in this space. And that's what's going to align you to this other energy. And you're able to kind of parse this out. Now, the way that they're wanting me to describe this is like they're showing me the words balanced union, okay? And so you kind of are learning how to figure out. And when I'm saying learning how to figure out, you need skills. You need tools in your tool bag. And I think a lot of you've already kind of started this process. But what I mean by that is you cannot just go up to a manipulator and be like, hi, are you manipulating me? Because if they're manipulating you, the answer is going to be no. And also some manipulators, again, like narcissists, they live in a full constant state of delusion because they just fully live from like ego defense mechanisms and they can't see their own truth and they can't accept it. So they don't even know they're lying necessarily. But if you're dealing with a manipulator, that answer is going to be no. If you're not dealing with a manipulator, that answer is going to be no. So it's like purposeless, you know, to just come directly at somebody. You need to know how to discern the truth here in this situation. I'm hearing a lot of you actually don't have problems with that. It's just deploying those tactics you feel like is rude, or like these karmics have really tried to disarm that in you. Or throw you off their tail, or it's very dismissive, very gaslighty, you know, kind of energy over here. Like, oh, you are just blowing things out of proportion, or oh, well, aren't you just fucking like, you know, paranoid? And maybe you've earned being paranoid, like stop. Anyways, so yeah, it's like about being able to decipher this. And again, they're showing me this word balanced union. So for some of you, again, I feel like there's these different, I'm watching somebody spin a roulette wheel of like, okay, well, which one is it? Because you've dealt with these three different types of energies, okay? So one is where some of you are coming in here and the key word for them is balanced. They want something that's balanced. So for me, this is somebody where potentially you're in a partnership with it, but it's very volatile. It is very probably toxic. Strong ups and downs, and you really want to get your claws into that person. And those people are here at this reading, okay? They are. Some of them are. And they're kind of collateral. Spirit is saying these are collateral damage because I'm trying to talk to my soul tribe here who is capable of consuming long form content and being very contemplative and wants to do the nuanced work. Those are the people that are actually on a spiritual path and can actually meet their own spiritual path because all of those things are requisite on the spiritual journey. Where there's these other people, right, where I still think they kind of match this energy, but it's the lower frequency. They're less developed than this other group. They're very immature as souls. So like this other group that I've been describing, which I think for a lot of you is you, these are people that also learn a lot of their lessons through relationships, but their relationships are highly volatile because they're so unconscious and they're so insecure. So, but they don't, I'm hearing a lot of these people may even think that they're spiritual because of very superficial reasons, which you are being encouraged not to buy into, right? So they put forth this maybe image of being spiritual. And a lot of them, like I said, they believe it themselves because they don't know what it actually means to be spiritual. So they think that they're spiritual because of the clothes they wear and the groups that they're involved in, the content that they consume and the words that they know and the, all of this stuff. But all of it is just on the surface. In reality, they're very impulsive. They don't have a long attention span. They want people to spoon feed things to themselves. They're very materialistic. They think the point of life is to build things on the material instead of understanding that you go through these material experiences where you're limited and encased in flesh and you feel insecure and you can feel pain and you can feel joy and you can feel all of these things as a mechanism for transforming your own soul. And that's the thing that's most important here. This is somebody who'll throw a fit if they don't get what they want on the material, or if somebody's if they need to be patient for something, or like if they just want it. I'm hearing, I want it all, and I want it now. Like they're very immature, but they want to put forth this image of being spiritual, or they think that they are spiritual, again, because they like yoga, or they like tarot, or they like, these things. But, and I think some of you potentially are dealing with this type of a person, okay? But there's people here like this as well, okay? And these are the people where if you tap in here, I'm telling you, yes, this person wants a relationship with you, but potentially they want something balanced. That's the key word, because it's been unbalanced. And I think they probably would already be in a relationship with somebody if that's the message that's coming through. There's other people. Sorry if I went off on a little tangent here, but I just want to be moral in my process here, because you can see how if I just tell you this person wants a relationship, but if they're coming from a corrupted place, then it's going to lead you down the wrong path. And I just want to try to give you as many guideposts as I can, even though you really ultimately have to walk this yourself. Because at the end of the day, we soul fam. That's how I feel about it. And I know you've helped me, and I'll help you, and we'll just love each other all the way home, okay? So this other group, though, they want a union. So this is the group that I think is very immature. They just want a union with you. And they don't care if it's healthy. They don't care if it's balanced. They just want to be with you by any means necessary. These are people who are probably very insecure. They're not checking their own behavior. They don't have a moral compass that they just want whatever it is that you can give them. They want whatever it is. So there's people who want balance. These are people who've probably been in a relationship for a while. It's been really toxic. And they're just like, yeah, I want to be with you, but can it be balanced? Like, holy cow, right? And the answer, unfortunately, I think is no. I think these are people who are just on different frequencies in that first energy. The second group just wants a union, right? So this is the karmic connection. I want something balanced. I want a union, and it's like this butting heads energy. And then there's the soulmate that wants a balanced union. And this group, I think, would actually tie into pile number 2. And these other groups potentially would tie into pile number 1. Oh my gosh, I think these tie in with the other groups. And I know I've been talking for a while, but I know some of y'all are still here with me, okay? So these other 2 groups where, like I said, this person who wants the blessed union, they're in pile number 2, where they're fulfilled themselves. This is somebody who, if the union shows itself to be unbalanced, this is someone who can leave. This is somebody who can say, you looked great on paper, but I just have too much self-respect. And I refuse to bring children into this. I refuse to, I'm going to confront this. This is somebody who's healthy, healthily oriented, this balanced union kind of a situation that's coming through. Now, the last thing that I want to get at, because I know I've been talking for a while and I just kind of want to wrap this up. Notice their necks. Like there might be something here with the neck where it's like long or something. And I'm also getting this like flower. So for some of you, it's like this person maybe wants to get matching tattoos, or they want to give you a necklace, or they want you to wear a necklace, or like they want to brand you. I'm almost getting in some way. Now, for the soulmate, like this healthy soulmate union, I feel like they do genuinely want this. It's coming from a really good place. Okay. But I'm noticing the necks, and it's making me think of giraffes. And I just learned this thing about giraffes where, they have the really long neck. That's kind of their thing. And everybody thinks, oh yeah, they got the long neck, but so that they could eat the leaves that are at the top of the tree because that's not a food source that people have to fight over. Not true. Do you know how giraffes got their long necks? They actually have insanely strong skulls. And they used to be like a rammer animal where they would just ram. And they have such strong skulls that it started to really build up the muscle in their neck, which supported the neck growing taller and taller and taller. And it's just a side effect of having that strong neck that they're like elevated and that they now can like eat the leaves off of the trees. So I feel like there's something to do with like a giraffe here. So like these karmic partners, I feel like are very combative, and it really is. They have to go through that. Remember I said they're on the lower path. So they have to go through that kind of like combative nature, probably with like a person who's more on their level like that in order to build up that neck strength so that they can have a more elevated perspective later on. It is like a part of a journey that they need to go through. You don't need to get involved in that with them though. But they want to kind of keep you embroiled in this opposition because, again, they want this union by any means. And they want the fruit at the top of the tree. They want that more than anything. But this soulmate group, I think these are like the healthy giraffes that they probably have just been confronted, similar to, I think, you. They've just been confronted with a lot of combative people or a lot of oppositions, and it's helped build up their own courage. And it has actually helped build up their own skull, like their own mind, their own strength. That's really centered around like the head and the neck. And they just naturally then have this elevated perspective. So I'm thinking, pile 3, this is about finding your giraffe, your healthy giraffe that was confronted by life and it's built up a certain strength just like you that kind of matches. So again, what does this person want? Well, they want a relationship. It's probably not surprising to you because a lot of people want a relationship with you. And there's these 3 groups, right? Somebody who wants something balanced because you guys have been at it for a while and you're starting to see things that maybe you feel like you should have seen earlier. And you would have seen it earlier if you knew what you knew now then, and if you were brave like you are now. You would have. So go easy on your past self. But there's somebody here, it's like, okay, well, I really want something balanced. And there's another group here where it's like they want a relationship with you, but they just want the relationship with you as a commodity because of what it can give them. They want this union. They might even delude themselves, and they really want you to think that it's divine or it's destined for greatness, and watch if they talk root chakra language to you and really appeal to your mind. It's destined for greatness. The things we could accomplish, the things that we can do, the people that we can be. And, and you're like, I just want to love someone in my pajamas with my cats. Like not that we can't have a fun life, but like, I don't want that to necessarily be my relationship. It's like, okay, it's something that I have to, we can just be so great together. It's like, why don't we love each other and then greatness will happen, like if you have a balanced union. And that's where this other energy comes in. Now, of the third energy, which this is somebody who is healthy. That's that healthy giraffe energy where they want a balanced union. And I'll leave you with this. I do think that this group connects with the other 2 groups, especially in pile number 1, because I remember in that group, like, I was like, okay, well, this person actually genuinely feels remorseful and they're wanting to like make amends. But there was a second group where it was like they were just seeking revenge. They were out for some kind of like payback, or, they wanted to make you feel bad for having the nerve to stand up to them or lead them or something, right? So that could potentially be like a more karmic energy that just wants to apologize to get back into your good graces. But for some of you, I'm getting like, well, let me finish my thought. So pile number 2 is obviously the healthier person. So for some of you, there's like 3 different people here. Somebody who is like your healthy soulmate, somebody who just wants a union with you, and somebody who maybe you've been with for a long time and you're like, I just want a balanced, I just want this to calm down, like, right? It could very well be 3 different people, but there is a potential that there's somebody here from your past who has genuinely leveled up, and has, maybe they were in a certain darkened energy and they've had certain life experiences that they've matured through, and they'll come back and they really will be remorseful. And maybe it's hard for you to navigate and see through all of these things. And your guides are saying, look, we've given you a lot, to sort through here. Contemplation. This is all about contemplation. And ask and you shall receive, okay? So if something's confused, if you feel like someone's keeping something from you, ask and you shall receive. Your guides are going to work with you. And again, there's a pacing to this where they're not trying to overwhelm you, or they're not trying to give you information that you wouldn't know how to process, or you wouldn't know what to do, you wouldn't know what to deal with. But they will do their best to illuminate this for you. or have something come to light because you've earned this. You're ready for this. You're prepared. Whether or not you feel like it, you are prepared to face the truth, and this is being acknowledged spiritually. So I do just want to say good job. This is a group that's made a shit ton of spiritual progress in this life. Like, you've done very, very well, spiritually speaking, alchemizing yourself. I'm hearing taking things in your stride. I think this is also a group that probably has a good debriefing process, like with yourself. Even after relationships go wrong or something, it's like you really do sit down and you can figure out, you can debrief, you can learn your lessons, you can integrate that. And that is gold. That is worth your weight in gold on the spiritual journey. It's the engine that can keep propelling you forward and forward and forward. I'm just getting so many goosebumps. Somebody was just like, thank you for seeing this in me. Yes, yes, yes. I have perfected this. Good. Because the spirit does want you to have this healthy divine union, but it's like the quote of give a man a fish and he eats for a day, teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime. Well, the spirit is helping you learn how to fish in this arena. And really, I think a surprising amount of it just comes down to the courage to confront the superficiality of a person and understanding that it's doesn't mean anything negative about you if someone is selfishly oriented. And I'm picturing in Moana, there's like that lip of the sea that she has to like get through. It's really treacherous and is really dangerous. That to me feels like the wall of fear of like, oh no, if I confront this, what does that mean about me? And I think the big key for you is to understand, like, it doesn't mean anything about you if somebody can't love. Like, that's a them thing that they have to, that's part of their spiritual process. That's part of their spiritual journey, It doesn't mean anything about you that you are unlovable. It just means that they're very selfish and they can't, like I said, they can't see past the nose on their face. And some of you, I'm hearing like, let that toughen you. Let that toughen you. And that wave, that fear that you kind of always have to confront, it's going to die down and die down and die down until it just doesn't exist anymore because you will have confronted the fear. That's what this is about, confronting the fear of facing superficiality in another person and being able to see the veneer. And like I said, Spirit has brought you to people where you can see the veneer and you can see the real thing. And I think this is two very significant people. But again, you may have had multiple people that fit into these two categories. So I think that's enough for me here, pile number 3. If you're still hanging in, God bless you. Godspeed. Because I feel like you are really making a lot of progress. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Consider supporting me on Patreon. And I just want to inspire you to keep going because you've got this. You've got this. All right. Bye, guys.